G'day. Welcome to... What are we doing here? We're doing a movie review for NerdCulture Australia. My name's Cannon, and I watched Nimona. If you saw the short, you know that I liked it. You know that it exceeded my expectations for a film, because I went into it thinking the worst and was pleasantly surprised. Set within a technologically advanced but still very much feudal society, because they have knights and things, but also taxis. Go figure. You follow the bad guy, whose name I have forgotten because I'm making this, 3 weeks after Christmas, and that's when I watched this. We're going to call him the Black Knight, because his armor is black. You watch Black Knight get framed for a hit job. He then goes into hiding. He meets the Red Dragon, Nimona, and they fight, break things, something, win. Again, to borrow a line from the movie. So essentially what happens is, yes, the Black Knight gets framed for a hit job upon the Queen of the Kingdom, which is especially horrific for him, given that she was the one that originally allowed him to participate in the knightly school. I guess you could say they have a school that they churn out knights from. And it's, the standard thing for most feudal societies is nobles become knights and commoners just peasant around the place and don't really do much of anything except support the knights. Anyway, he makes a request as a kid, and she goes, yeah, why not? We'll let this kid become a knight. Maybe, we'll expand the pool into those, deserving of it, basically, portraying knightly qualities from amongst the commoners. We'll let them come in. Anyway, so when he is we know he's framed for the hit job, but when it transpires that, during the final ceremony where they're given their the appellate Sir and knighted, obviously, and she hands him his sword, the sword then, the hilt opens up and turns into a beam that kills the queen, and he goes on the run, leaving his love behind, who doesn't quite know what to think, only that something has gone terribly wrong, and somehow the Black Knight is at the center of it. Anyway, so he's hiding. We then meet Nimona doing all manner of nefarious shenanigans, like kicking over trash cans and drawing graffiti, as she finds the Black Knight and offers to become his sidekick. Nimona is a one-of-a-kind wonder person who can shapeshift into a multitude of different animals. They sneak into the castle pretty successfully, gathering what information they need, and then they escape the castle in a rather loud manner, whereupon Nimona transforms into various things like bears, elephants, monkeys, and even a whale at one point. Having grabbed what they needed from the castle in terms of information as to who was actually responsible for the murder of the queen, they have a bit of a heart-to-heart where Nimona has basically, she is alone by herself, feeling rejected by society and being called a whole bundle of names. The Black Knight promises never to call her names, and obviously they then have to go and make sure that the right people have the information that they've found to make the right decision to clear his name. This doesn't exactly go to plan. They try. They explain themselves, especially to the Black Knight's boyfriend, and he goes, "Okay, I'll look into it." He then corners the person that they have accused of murdering the Queen instead of the Black Knight, and she underhandedly goes about re-blaming the Black Knight for the atrocity. Nimona and the Black Knight have a falling out. She, feeling alone and feeling the weight of her loneliness, as it transpires, she has actually been around since the founder of the city was a young girl, and this is where the start of her angst and loneliness has started, where she was best friends with the founder. They were playing, but the adults, upon discovering them playing, wanted to keep Nimona away from their daughter. You know, oh, she's not safe. She's a monster. So she does actually turn into a monster, gigantic and black, but not really wanting to go out of her way to destroy anything or anyone. Barely even defending herself against the attacks laid against her by the knights of the city. She makes her way down the main promenade toward the statue of the founder, intent on pretty well ending it for herself. While she's in monster form, is struggling with her emotions and her thoughts, and really just having a bad time of it all. Anyway, the Black Knight climbs up upon the statue and, by way of an apology, says, "Hey, I'm here for you. It's okay." The real murderer of the Queen has manned a defense cannon upon the wall, turned it inwards towards the city, and despite everybody else around her telling her that it's a bad idea, that she'll obliterate that portion of the city, doesn't care, wants to kill the monster. It goes, "We'll rebuild. It's fine. Who cares? I'm going to do it anyway." Nimona, in her monster form, intercepts the weapon's firing line, basically, sacrificing herself to save everybody. And that is really the end of the film. The Black Knight and his boyfriend are reunited. The city realizes what's happened and arrests the woman who is actually responsible for the Queen's murder. I believe the Black Knight's boyfriend is placed in charge of the city. I can't quite remember. But he is obviously distraught at the loss of his friend, his sidekick. The movie ends with him going back to their haunt, their hideout, their lair of operations, where he is, lost in his memories, and then you see a little flicker of red in the doorway. It's obvious Nimona has returned, and then the film ends properly. I enjoyed it. The film kept me engaged the entire time I was watching it. There was no skipping. The bit where Nimona turns into a monster and she's dealing with all of the thoughts and emotions was properly heart-wrenching. The gags in this film were actually funny. Something, 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 win was, if you can't guess, truly a highlight for me. The voice acting was stellar. The animation was great. I enjoyed the weapons. I enjoyed the mix of feudal and tech. So, they're knights, they ride horses, but are they real horses? No, they're hover horses. They have crossbows that, instead of shooting arrows, shoot laser bolts. That kind of thing. It was the mesh of the two ends of the tech scale were pretty well done, I thought. And the shape-shifting for Nimona was actually pretty good as well. Just being able to seamlessly flow through all of her different forms while obviously fighting and talking was rather amusing. This is a pretty good kids film. It's not bad. Not bad at all. That's where we're going to end this one. I don't really have too much more to say on this. So, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.